You can start, Mataji.
Just a minute. Prabhu, can you able to share that photo on the screen?
Yeah, Mataji, I'm sharing it.
Hare Krishna.
I'm sharing it, Mataji. 1 second.
Huh?
I'm sharing it, Mataji. 1 second.
Okay, okay.
Can you see, Mataji? Hare Krishna. Mataji, can you see this?
Yeah, it's visible, Prabhu.
Okay. Mataji, you can start.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Am I audible, Prabhu?
Yes, Mataji.
प्रभु जूम कर सकते हैं थोड़ा सेंटर में, वो फोन में इट सीम्स वेरी स्मॉल.
Hare Krishna. Please accept my humble obeisances. First, we will start our session by singing bhajan of Narottam Das Thakura. I will sing his bhajan. तो ये ज्यादा ही जूम हो गया.
ठीक है Mataji. Is it okay now?
Yes, Prabhu. Gaurangiraguti pada jaradhana sampada Tejane bhatati rasasara Gaurangira madhura lila jargane pravishila Hridaya nirmala Hoitara Jai Gaurangira Namahoya Parahoya Premohoya Hare Muni Jai Balihari Gaurange Unete Jure Nitya Leela Thare Sure Sejani Bhakti Adhikari Gauranga Sangijane Nitya Siddha Korimane Sejai Bhajendra Sutasa Shri Gaura Mandala Bhumi Devajane Chintamani Tora Hoya Praja Bhumi Vasa Gaura Prema Rasanave Veda Range Jebadube Siradha Madhava Antaranga Gei Baba Nite Take Nagoranga Bule Take Narottama Mage Tara Sangha Gahe Baba Nite Take Nagoranga Bule Take Narottama Mage Tara Sangha Gaurangera Dutikpada Charadhana Sampada Tejani Bhakratiraso Sada. Hare Krishna. Now we will pray at lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and then we will start our session. Jayo Jayo Sri Chaitanya Jayo Nityananda Jayo Jayo Sri Chaitanya Jayo Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Bhakta Vrinda Jayo Jayo Sri Chaitanya Jayo Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Bhakta Vrinda Jayo Jayo Sri Chaitanya Jayo Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta-vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta-vrinda. Now I will pay businesses at lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Namo Mahavadhanaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Namo Mahavadhanaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Namo Mahavadhanaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvise Namaha. Now we will all pay our sincere obeisances at lotus feet of all Vaishnavas gathered over here, as well as I will pay my sincere obeisances at Srila Prabhupada, as well as at lotus feet of my Guru Maharaj. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो अनंतकोटि वैष्णववृंद की जय। श्री गुरु महाराज की जय। ग्रंथराज चैतन्य चरितामृत जय। श्री कृष्णराज कविराज गोस्वामी की जय। Hare Krishna to all assembled Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis over here. I will try to start 14th chapter, but before going to 14th chapter, just we will try to know the background regarding that 14th chapter and some references, and as well as summary points, some we can discuss, and then we will start with first verse. So what has happened until now, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was not willing to meet King Prataprudra. And King Prataprudra has tried to meet King, that king has tried to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu by paying his various associates, and by means of those he has tried to have a meeting with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has denied the meeting with King Prataprudra, because he want to set an example by his action, because as himself he was Krishna, and he want to set such an example to all the people and all for all such Patijivas like us, that whenever there is invitation by any materialistic person, sannyasi never go there. Sannyasi is having very austere lifestyle, because sannyas ashram is made for that he is having very austere lifestyle, as well as he used to follow the rules and regulations which are set by our shastras, by already scriptures, and he used to follow those standards and rules and norms. And being very austere and being a lord himself, he want to set that example in front of us, that he has followed everything regarding sannyas ashram, and he was very strict in that also. And that's the reason when he invited, means King Prataprudra has invited Chaitanya Mahaprabhu he won't have gone to meet him because such a king who is very wealthy and he is having very rich and very luxurious lifestyle, some sort of materials, self gratification is there. And in such a case, if a sannyasi like me, if meet such a person, then it will not seem so. It will not set a good example in front of society, in front of people. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has denied. He said, I am a sannyasi and I won't meet with such persons who are having such a luxurious and material lifestyle. So he has denied by that reason. And so many associates have requested him to have a meeting with King Pratap, which he has denied. But Nityananda Prabhu, he has shown mercy upon King Pratap. By the help of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, he instructed and helped King Pratap to have guidance of Nityananda Prabhu. And Nityananda Prabhu has advised him to have the lifestyle of a Vaishnava. And then he has to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And the same instructions, whichever got by Sarvam Bhattacharya under the guidance of Nityananda Prabhu, he has followed same instructions, and he has now uh, make himself ready in the attire of Vaishnava. Uh, he has got that lifestyle. And now King Pratap will want to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and chapter 14 is focusing about that meeting. First, curiosities are focusing the meeting and discussions between King Pratap and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They will discuss words by words. Hare Krishna. गौरः पश्यात्मविदः श्रीलक्ष्मीर्विजयस्तवम् श्रुत्वा गोपीरसोल्लसं हृदयप्रेमेण नरतः सः नानारतः सः. Accompanied by his personal devotees, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to the festival known as Lakshmi Vijayotsav. There he discussed the super excellent love of gopis. Just by hearing about them, he became very pleased and danced in great excesses, love for the Lord. So now here we are going to discuss the points regarding Jagannath Yatra. Some discussions are here also. So accompanied with his devotees, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to festival known as Lakshmi Vijayotsav in Jagannath Puri, and he has discussed over there super excellent love of gopis, means how gopis have loved Krishna with their he was in that emotions and in that ecstasy, and like that way he has enjoyed that bhava of Srimati Radharani, because he is in the mood of Radharani, and like that way he is enjoying that mood of Radharani, because it is one of the internal reason for appearance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that he want to test that sweetness and those emotions in the mood of Radharani, and he want to also want to test when those pastimes have occurred. And Krishna has not experienced that pleasure and that joy because he is not Radharani, and so he want to enjoy. He want to taste that sweetness and that joy and that pleasure of Radharani. And that's why he has appeared in the mood of Radharani. Now, it was the one of the internal reason for the Jagannath for the Jagannath Yatra, because in Jagannath Yatra what happens that Lord Jagannath is himself, Krishna himself, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is in the mood of Radharani. When their eyes meet together, then there is a sharing of those emotions and those their powers at that level. It occurs in the yatra itself. How it used to occur, we have already discussed in last chapter. So, accompanied with his devotees, he has enjoyed that festival and that Lakshmi Vijayotsav. But now he is in the mood of more. It is in, he is in the he is in the mood of mm, that conjugal love, which he has been which Radharani has experienced, and all gopis have experienced, and he want to now have that pleasure and have that joy, and that's why he has danced with ecstasies and with that joy and with that mood. And now we will turn to next verse. We will get all the reasons in coming verses. Jaya Jaya Gaura Chandra Sri Krishna Chaitanya Jaya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Chaitanya. So here Krishnaraj Kaviraj is glorifying our Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as Gaura Chandra and as a Krishna Chaitanya, as well as he is glorifying Prabhu Nityananda and Advaita Prabhu. And like this way, Krishnaraj Kaviraj has glorified all the Panchatattva and all our acharyas. And we have to also glorify all our acharyas of Guru Parampara, and as well as all the Parshadas of Lord, as well as we have to glorify Panchatattva, because in the form of devotee, Lord has appeared. Bhakta Rupa, he has been called. Then his Parshadas are also his energies or his powers. And whenever we used to pay obeisances to Lord Chaitanya, then it will not complete until we pay obeisances to all these acharyas of Panchatattva. So he is in the form of devotee, he is called as Bhakta. Then Advaita Acharya is Bhakta Avtara, and the other Pandit is in the form of Bhakta Kashyap. And Balramji is Balramji is in his first primary expansion, and Srivas Pandit is actually a devotee, and means he is a leader of devotee. So whenever you used to pay obeisances to Lord Sri Chaitanya, it gets completed whenever we used to pay obeisances to those acharyas of Panchatattva, and that's the importance of Panchatattva, and that's why. This Krishnaraj Kaviraj Goswami has glorified all the acharyas of Panchatattva. As well as we used to chant Panchatattva Mahamantra before our chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, because Panchatattva, when we pray obeisances to Panchatattva and glorifies those, we are we are free from offenses. So Panchatattva Acharya used to take care of that, and our Hare Krishna Mahamantra chanting will go very smoothly and with good concentration. It is the importance of Panchatattva. It protects us actually. Acharya used to protect us, helps us in concentrating or chanting. Now, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what he do? slowly in the next verse. जय जय श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तगण जय श्रोता गण गौर प्राण all glories to all the devotees headed by Srivas Thakura. All glories to the leaders who have taken Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as their life and soul. Now here, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is again glorifying all the devotees who has been headed by Srivas Thakura, and all he is also glorifying all the leaders who have read the life of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and also he is glorifying all such readers who have become now devotees and who think that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is their life and soul. That's the condition of a devotee. Whenever devotees used to listen Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and teachings of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, his pastimes, then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu becomes their life and soul. Because whenever we do sangha of any bad person, we gets we gets that bad habit of such a person. Then whenever we used to do sing of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is the Lord Krishna himself. We used to read him, we used to hear his pastime. Then we will get all his qualities. No, means it is the benefit of company. When we used to chant, we used to do sangha of Vinam Prabhu. It is also Lord Krishna himself. Like that way, we used to when read Chaitanya Charitamrita, or we used to hear pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then we used to get blessings by him. We used to get mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and like this way, we develop good qualities in us as a devotee. Our karmas gets cleansed by the Shravan Bhakti and by reading and by reading pastime. Like, like this way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu becomes our life and soul. And this is again glorification by Krishna Raj Kaviraj. And he is telling the importance of Chaitanya Charitamrita, Chaitanya and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He is telling the importance of reading and hearing Gaur Katha. We have to always hear Gaur Katha in that intention. Mata Prabhu Achena Premera Aveshe Ena Kali Prata Parudra Karila Praveshe. Now here Prataprudra enters in the garden where there is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. While Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was resting in particular, Maharaja Prataprudra entered the garden. Here Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was resting in the garden. In between Rath Yatra, he took a rest in the garden because when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has danced in the yatra in full ecstasy, uh, means all devotees have decided to have rest for some time. And when that Rath Yatra has came from Nilachal to Sundarachal, in between there is a garden. So in that garden, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has rested on the bench which is made up of stone, and in that garden he was having rest. And now King Pratap has entered at that garden, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is surrounded with devotees also. Now what happens next? We will see. सार्वभौम उपदेश छाडी राजा वेशा एकला वैष्णवा वेशे करीला प्रवेशा. Now we will going to study and to know that how Pratap has turned a Vaishnava. Following Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya's instructions, the king had given up his royal dress. He now entered the garden in the dress of Vaishnava. So here we will get to know that we have to follow the orders of our Purvati Acharya or our spiritual masters or acharyas in the parampara. Why it is important? Because here we are ignorant and we are not knowing um, how to how to behave with senior Vaishnavas or the Vaishnavas which are of our age or all other Vaishnavas. Means we are not having uh, uh, having knowledge about Vaishnava etiquette, and it is the Guru Parampara. By that, we used to take knowledge or take any in Guru Parampara. It is like that way that we have to learn it by a senior devotee or experienced devotee. So in that Prataprutra kingship, Sarvam Bhattacharya is one of the experienced devotee, and he is instructing now King Prataprutra, and he is instructing King Prataprutra under the guidance of Nityananda Prabhu, and now he has instructed him that you should be in Vaishnava dress and you should have Vaishnava etiquette and you have to surrender Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Like that way, he has instructed him. And the effect of his instructions is that king has given up all his royal dress of king, and now he has entered in the garden with the dress of Vaishnava. Means it has been described that he has taken the old cloth of Nityananda Prabhu and he has weared it and he has entered in that garden. Now, what happens when he enters in the garden? We will discuss it, but in between we will discuss very beautiful purpose given by Srila Prabhupada. Sometimes members of International Society for Krishna Consciousness, especially the Western countries, find it difficult to approach people to distribute foods because people are unfamiliar with the traditional saffron robes of the devotees. Means here we want to know the difficulties when we are practicing Krishna consciousness and how to overcome those difficulties. It has been nicely described by Srila Prabhupada in this nice purport. So sometimes what happens, it is the experience narrated by Srila Prabhupada that in case of ISKCON devotees in Western countries, what has happened, it has been found very difficult to approach the people in society while distributing the books because our devotees, which are brahmachari or which are sannyasi, used to present themselves in saffron clothes, and it was very difficult for those because of that saffron dress. And devotees have therefore inquired regarding that saffron dress, that whether they can wear that saffron or whether they both can wear that American dress before the general public. What should they wear? Or those can wear European dress. This was the dilemma. And then instructions which are given to Pratap Rudra by Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya are like that way. From that we can understand that. Means Sarvam Bhattacharya has instructed King Prataprutra to dress like a Vaishnava and to have the bhava and mood of Vaishnava. But here we can understand that he is having very luxurious and wealthy lifestyle, and he is having that lifestyle because he was the king. But here is the condition that devotees were facing troubles because of that saffron. Now, in such a conditions, our mission is important, not our dress wear or our attire is important. Srila Prabhupada has advised it. Means our mission is to spread Krishna consciousness. Means it is our Krishna consciousness movement. So if it is the need of the situations that we should wear that European attire or we should wear that American attire in front of general public, then it will be okay. It will be taken care because our aim is to spread Krishna conscious movement. So, final output of the day should be how many books we have distributed, how many devotees we have turned, means how many Karmi people we have, for those we have introduced Bhagavad Gita. This should be our output. So, as per the situation, we have to change our attire. It is like that way for Tambak Samad Sindhu. Anukulasya Sankalpa, Pratikulasya Varjana means that we have to accept the things which are favorable for our Krishna consciousness, and we have to deny those things which are not in favor of our Krishna consciousness. Like that way, Srila Prabhupada Prabhupada has advised. But here, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is advising king to have a dress of Vaishnava. It is because this if in front of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Lord himself, in front of him, if anybody goes with the dress of king or like attitude that I am king, then he is the supreme personality of this. He is the supreme personality of Godhead, and in front of such a supreme personality of Godhead, we have to be in bhava of his servant or in bhava of his dasa, and in that. Bhava, this dasa. In that bhava, we should represent ourselves, and that was the mood, and that was the instruction by Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, and he want to cultivate that emotion of servant with dasa in King Prataprutra, and that's why he has advised him to have a Vaishnava dress and with a very simple lifestyle like a Vaishnava, and he has instructed it to King Prataprutra, and he has also followed that instruction. Now we will see in the next verse. Then what has happened? Sarva Bhaktera Ajana Nila Yodo Hate Hana Prabhu Pada Dhari Pade Sanyasa Gariya. Maharaja Prataputra was so humble that with folded hands he first took permission from all the devotees. Then, with great courage, he fell down and touched the lotus feet of the Lord. Now, Maharaja Prataputra has actually surrendered to Lord himself uh, by his mind or at his mental level by hearing his all stories and hearing all the pastimes occurred at that time, which we hear now. But he won't have met Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, with that humble attitude of being a devotee, he has entered in the garden and he has paid obeisances to uh, devotees which are present in the garden, and with folded hands he first took the permission by those devotees, and after that he has touched the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. See, this is the Vaishnava etiquette. When we enter uh, any temple or any lecture hall where there are devotees assembled over there, and one of the pure devotees delivering a lecture, or our senior, topmost senior or advanced devotees delivering a lecture. How we have to present ourselves like this. King Pratap Rudra is representing ourselves like us Patit used to be like this is when we will get the mercy of such a Vaishnavas whichever assembled over there, and we will get the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also. So, like that way, we have to represent ourselves. So, Maharaja Pratapudra has entered with very humble attitude, and with his folded hands, he first took permission of those devotees, and then he has fell down and touched the lotus feet of the Lord Sri Chaitanya. Now, what has happened? We will see in the next verse. आंखी मूडी प्रभु प्रेमे भूमि ते सयाना नृपति नृपति नै पुणे करे पदा संभवाना. As Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu lay on the raised platform with his eyes closed in ecstatic love and emotion, the king very expertly began to massage his feet. Now, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has sat uh, s- on the bench made up of stone, and in and it was it was at very high level, and because of that. Uh, king was able to massage his feet. Means how we have to present in front of Lord or in front of any senior devotee or in front of our spiritual master. It's the example how he has presented himself as a disciple of him or as a servant of him who want to serve and who want to be a disciple of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He is willing to get Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as his master, and he want to surrender him completely. But he want to met him, and now it's the time. So he has fallen at his lotus feet, and he now has started massaging his legs because every devotee used to catch that opportunity to serve our spiritual master, and his spiritual master is actually Krishna himself. Means he is in the form of sannyasi devotee, but he is Lord himself. And so King Prataparudra has catched that opportunity to serve Lord Sri Chaitanya. He has started massaging the lotus feet. Now, from this action of King Prataparudra, we have to learn many things. But most important thing to learn is that whenever we get the opportunity to serve our senior Vaishnavas or to serve our spiritual master or in our Vaishnav or we will get opportunity to serve any Vaishnava, then we have to grab that opportunity and we have to serve whatever we can serve o- by our whole heart and with our whole devotion. And that's the takeaway message by this act of King Prataparudra. And we have to always remember and we have to keep in mind that whenever any Vaishnava came in front of us or we used to enter in the temple and what we see the Vaishnava who are familiar with us and we used to know, I know that Vaishnava, but what happens when we enter in the temple? We used to see here and there, we used to turn our necks, but it is an offense in that lotus feet of that Vaishnava because he is the devotee of the Lord, and any Vaishnava who is the devotee of Lord, Hari used to be with him. Lord used to be with him in his heart. He is present over there. We know all that, and whenever we used to um, avoid that Vaishnava, or we will not see at that Vaishnava, or we will not have any smile on our face by seeing that Vaishnava, then it is offense in the lotus feet of Lord Himself. And whenever we visit any temple or whenever we visit any place, uh, if we meet with any Vaishnava or if we see any Vaishnava, we have to first have a smile on our face and then we have to start a conversation. And it is the Vaishnav etiquette, and it is um, uh, it is our power of surrender actually to Guru Parampara or to Lord Chaitanya or to spiritual master under which we are serving. And most of the devotees won't understand it. But if we are entering any place or we are entering in temple or whatever the situations, we are having any Vaishnava in front of us, and if the smile is not coming at our face, then it is a not a good sign of Vaishnava. But we are with all that material emotions, we are dwelling with that material emotions, and we are having those vikaras, and because of that we are having those hates and those envy and those anger feelings in our heart, and we have holded those feelings in our heart, and because of that we are not having a smile, a broad smile on our face, at our face. And because of that we are offending Lord, we are offending Vaishnavas, we are offending our spiritual master, we are offending Srila Prabhupada, we are offending Acharyas of Parampara. We have to be very serious in that case. And that's the verse which teaches us that every devotee who want to have a mercy of Lord Sri Chaitanya must, first of all, serve all the Vaishnavas and he has to get mercy of all Vaishnavas, and then he will get the mercy of Lord or Sri Chaitanya. Now we will switch on to verse number 8. रसलीला श्लोकापदी करे न श्रवण जय जयति ते विकम अध्याय करे न पठन. Now here, what King Prataparudra has did, he has first started with shlokas from Bhagavatam. He has started singing shlokas from Bhagavatam, and after that, he has started the Gopi Geet, and the first line of Gopi Geet he has started singing Jayati Te Dhikam, and when he has started singing that Jayati Te Dhikam, what has happened, we will know it in next verse. But why King Prataparudra has started singing Srimad Bhagavatam, we have to know it first. Because those are the glories of Sri Krishna and his pastimes with his devotees. And whenever we have to meet Lord, whenever we have Lord in front of us, it has been a protocol, we can say, or it has been, we can say, ethic or Vaishnav ethic, we can say that how we have to present ourselves in front of Lord. So, Krishna or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, which is actually Krishna, he said. So Madhava Tava Priya means that uh, this phrase means that our Lord or Lord Krishna likes his glorification. And because of that, we have seen that when Jaydev Goswami sings this Mangal Geet, then Lord Jagannatha used to run away from his temple to listen that. Like this way, this way, Krishna or Krishna in the form of Jagannath Bhagwan likes his glorification, means the glorification which has been did by his or described by his pure devotees. And his ears are eager to hear those glorifications, and he used to please by hearing those glorifications. Uh, those have been described by or sing by pure devotees. So, Srila Rupa Goswami has written in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu that whenever fallen souls like us, uh, we used to glorify uh, such a glorifications or such a glorifications done by such a pure devotees or advanced devotees of Lord, then we gets benefited. Means what happens that our sins gets destroyed and we will get Golok Vrindavan, or we will get Lord's mercy like this way, that we will stay at Golok Vrindavan. And this has been described in Bhakti Rasamrita. So whenever we used to be in front of Lord. Now, first we have to glorify Lord, and after glorification, then we have to do our obeisances, and after doing obeisances, we have to express our gratitude in front of Lord, and after that we have to express our fallen conditions in front of Lord, that how He has provided everything, but I was not able to follow everything, and I was now offending, though He is highly merciful and though He is tolerating everything by us, but still we are not going, we are as fallen conditions, and we are not following each and everything which has been advised by Krishna himself, or which has been advised by our spiritual master. Like this way, we have to narrate our whole heart in front of Lord, and then we have to demand, or then we have to ask Krishna for anything which we are willing for. But it must be in very humble ways, or it must be with humility. We have to express our humility, and then we have to express our feelings. Like this way, we have to be in front of the Lord, or in front of any senior devotee, even, or in front of spiritual master. So king has that's why the king has started glorifying Lord Krishna, and he has started singing verses from Bhagavatam. It is the glorification of Krishna with his pastimes, and that's the reason he want to please Krishna, he want to please Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and then he has started singing Jayati Te means Gopi Geet, because it is the mm, it is one of the favorite Geet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Why it is one of the favorite? Because it has expressed the Virabhava or Vipralamba Bhava of Gopijan or Gopis of Vṛndāvana. And he was eager to listen that Vipralamba Bhava emotions uh, or those emotions of Gopis, and uh, that's why he got happy. Now, what has happened now?
Mataji, we can't hear your voice.
Yes, Prabhu. सुनीते सुनीते प्रभुर संतोष अपार बल बल बलि प्रभु बले बर बर. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard these verses, he was pleased beyond limits, and he said again and again, "Go on reciting, go on reciting." And like this way, King Prataparudra has started singing Gopi Geet. And when he was singing Gopi Geet, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu heard these verses again and again. He was revising. He was stirring those emotions again and again. He was reminding those emotions, and he was enjoying those ecstasies. And that's why he said that again and again he was saying to King Pratap Rudra, go on reciting, go on reciting. And like this way, he was pleased on King Pratap Rudra beyond any limit. So, see how Gauranga is merciful, and when he showers his all mercy upon a devotee, then how he used to with full of ecstasy and with full of love for that devotee. Even he won't have asked his name, or he won't have asked is he is a devotee or is not he is not a devotee, but he has just go on while hearing that King Pratap Rudra, he was saying that go on reciting, go on reciting. That should be the mood of any devotee. From Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is in the form of sannyasi devotee, and we have to learn, or we have to have that takeaway message from this verse, that when we used to hear the glorification of Lord, we used to hear the glorification of any senior Vaishnava. We have to be in this mood that go on. I want to hear more and more and more. Means Krishna Katha should be listened like this way. That I want still more. I want to hear still more and still more, and and this still more desire should not never end, and we should have such a taste and such a desire in Krishna Katha. And like this way, whenever there is a glorification of any Vaishnava, or whenever anybody is admiring to any Vaishnava, any senior Vaishnava, advanced Vaishnava, as well as our colleagues or Vaishnava which are with us or in our association, then we have to get very pleased by that admiring, because in spiritual world there are no material emotions, and in spiritual world there are emotions of only love, pure love. And those are transcendental emotions, or and those emotions are very sweet in taste, we can say. Means those bhavas or those emotions are uh, very innocent and very kernel also. And we should be with those innocent emotions or pure emotions in spiritual world, and we have to avoid our envy, or all our anger, or anything anything bad in our heart, we have to control our emotions, which used to occur in between, or which thoughts used to remind, and we used to get distracted whenever we see Vaishnava, whenever we see any glorification of Vaishnava, we hear any admiration of Vaishnava, or somebody is admiring Vaishnava. Most of the time it happens. So we will not be able to accept it sportily or healthily. But it is the sort of narrow-mindedness, no? And we have to make our heart broad. Uh, what Krishna has been described there, Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu. And what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has been described, he has been described as Mahavada hai, means how much merciful he is. Krishna has been described as Karuna Sindhu, means how much wide his heart is. It has no limits. Karuna Sindhu, Sindhu means ocean, means he is the ocean of mercy. So we have to make our hearts broad like that way. And when we will be able to make our heart like this way, then we will be able to have the taste of those spiritual emotions, which are very, very innocent, like it. And those emotions are very, very eternal. And we will also get taste of association, as well as the emotions of association of those gopijans, and we will able to test those emotions of Lord's devotees who have participated in various leelas. So for that purpose, we have to balance our emotion, to control our emotion. One of the quality which has been described in Bhagavad Gita in 18.42 verse, that we have to be having self-control, atma-prem, which has been described. When we will have that quality, then we will start enjoying that spiritual emotion, or that taste of association of devotees actually. Now we are associating with devotees, but we are not having that taste. And if we want to have that taste now, then we have to develop that, or cultivate that brahminical qualities. And when we will have that brahminical qualities, no, we will definitely will enjoy those spiritual emotions. Now we will see the next one. So the king recited the word, beginning with the word Tavakathamritam, the Lord aroused in ecstatic love and embraced him. Tava Tavakathamritam Shloka Raja ye padila, uthi premaveshe Prabhu Alingana kela. Here, now what has happened when he has glorified Lord Sri Chaitanya, when he has described the phrase Tavakathamritam, means he has glorified the Lord, and now he is describing that glorification by means of that phrase Tavakatamritam, means nectar of his stories, or of his pastimes. It has been described by Gopis, that Tavakatamritam, like that way. It is a nectar, or Krishna Katha is nectarian. And now, when King Prataprudra has recited that shloka, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was with full ecstasy, and in that ecstasy, what he has did, Lord has aroused that love in his heart, and he has embraced King Prataprudra. So now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has embraced King Prataprudra. Means whenever Lord used to embrace anybody or any devotee, then he used to get Krishna Prema. It is the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In one of the pastimes of rare pastimes of Lord Sri Chaitanya, I will tell a one short story in just 1 minute, and then can stop, as the time is now 10:30. So once what has happened one time, that at Krishna's birthday, no, his all gopijans and Gopa have gifted him very, very beautiful things, like feather of peacock. Somebody has brought tilak of gomai for him, like this way. Someone has brought a very rare flower from the um, uh, from his the yard, and like this way those have gifted with such a things to Krishna, and Krishna has seen it, and he has become very very happy, and then he has thought that I have nothing to give to those, and how can I give to those, because those are all the material things whatever and whichever I will give, those are belonging to material world, whatever I will give him. And he is the supreme personality of Godhead. So he is uh, he is in that mood. Then what shall I give to those my friends? Then he said that I have nothing to give those. So what better I will do that I will hug those. And he has embraced all his friends who have gifted him such a beautiful gift. And like this way, it is the best gift or written gift we can say given by Lord Krishna himself that he used to embrace the Gopalika, or he has embraced the King Pratap. Means he is the king, supreme personality of Godhead, and he has generated everything. So what we can give to Lord, no? Because we have got everything by Lord's mercy, and what shall we gift? And second thing is that by innocence, Gopalika have gifted very beautiful things to Krishna. So Krishna want to show his gratitude and his mercy towards his devotees. Those were the devotees of him, those Gopal Govind. And that's why he has embraced those and shown his mercy. He has given them Krishna Prema. And this is the same pastime he is repeating. When he was in Karuna Avatar, means he is incarnated in the form of devotee. Then he was in the form of sannyasi devotee. He has incarnated in that form. And then what he was doing by saying no any qualification, or by not counting any qualification, whether he is worthy or not worthy, he is free-handedly giving everybody Krishna Prema. And that's the mercy of Lord Sri Chaitanya. And King Pratap was able to get that mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This should be our mood, that whatever the condition, we have to be in the mood of servant, or mood of dasa no dasa. And such a mood will please Chaitanya, and we will get mercy of Chaitanya. Hare Krishna. Shall we stop here?
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Mataji. Thank you so much, Mataji, for the wonderful
Hare
lecture. And
Krishna.
Mataji, can you hear me?
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Prabhu,
Krishna.
I'm not hearing you properly because here there are many sounds. I will switch off camera and I can.
Okay. Mataji, can you hear me now?
Yes, yes.
Thank you so much, Mataji, for wonderfully explaining the pastime of how Lord Chaitanya Prabhu bestowed his mercy upon King Prataparudra. It's a very emotional and heart-touching pastime it is. Shows how one can approach a Lord through his dear devotees. So we cannot approach directly. So only through the mercy of our spiritual master and Guru Parampara. This is how King Prataparudra has approached. Finally, Lord has uh, uh, bestowed his causeless mercy upon the king only because of mercy of Sarvabhaumacharya and Lord Nityananda. So that shows how sincerely we must always be connected to the parampara and follow the instructions of our spiritual master. It's a very important lesson for every one of us. Thank you so much, Mataji, for nicely explaining it. Devotees have any questions, comments? Want to add anything? Mataji, looks like there are no other questions or comments, so you can
Okay.
conclude. So you completed up to verse 10 today.
Yes, Prabhu.
So you can conclude the session with glorifying Chaitanya Charitamrita after.
Granthraj Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Jai. Krishna Pura Krishna Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Ki Jai. Pancha Kalpataru Kripa Sindhu Devacha. Patitanam Pavanabhyo Vaishnavebhyo Nandakoti Vaishnav Ki.
Thank you, Mataji. So we'll conclude the session here and we'll continue from verse 11 next week. Thank you.